Welcome to Brit News Channel. If you enjoy staying updated with the latest news, make sure to subscribe and activate the notification.
Kemi Badenoch, leader of the Conservative Party, delivered her first speech at a CBI conference, emphasizing the need for a shift in how the government interacts with businesses and the economy. Speaking candidly about her vision for the future, Badenoch addressed several key issues, including the government's role in economic growth, deregulation, and the importance of supporting business values. Badenoch began by discussing how people can truly understand a politician's potential by looking at their past actions. She emphasized that her record as a former business secretary, where she advocated for deregulation and a reduction in burdensome rules, was a true reflection of her commitment to free market principles. She reiterated her belief that the government should not be in the business of solving every problem and should focus on removing obstacles for businesses to thrive. She explained that in her experience, attempting to solve every issue through government intervention leads to excessive debt and unsustainable spending. She highlighted the issue of the national debt, explaining that the UK is currently spending more on debt servicing than on essential sectors like health, education, or defense. Badenoch asserted that this trend needs to be reversed, advocating for a more balanced fiscal approach. One of the most significant parts of Badenoch's speech was her defense of capitalism. She rejected the notion that capitalism and wealth are dirty words, pointing out that the Conservative Party needs to embrace the principles of free enterprise, competition, and capitalism. She called for an end to monopolistic practices and unnecessary regulation, which often stifle small businesses. Badenoch stressed that every large business began as a small one, and the government must support this entrepreneurial spirit by ensuring lower taxes, less red tape, and a more favorable environment for growth. Badenoch also addressed the importance of growth people can feel. She critiqued the conventional focus on GDP as a measure of success, arguing that real economic growth should translate into tangible benefits for people. For her, growth isn't just about numbers. It's about improving people's lives, creating a more prosperous environment, and ensuring that people feel wealthier in their daily lives. A significant portion of her speech was dedicated to the need for less government regulation. Badenoch expressed frustration with the constant flow of new regulations that, while well-meaning, often create more red tape and bureaucracy. She called for a serious reassessment of policies that fail to address underlying issues like low capital investment and stagnating productivity. In her view, the system is broken, and a new approach is necessary to foster real economic change. Turning to the role of the state, Badenoch stressed the importance of rethinking its involvement in the economy. She noted that the traditional models of the past, especially those from the late 20th century, no longer work in the face of growing global competition, particularly from China. With rapid technological advancements and an aging population, she argued that more regulations and laws won't solve the country's challenges. Instead, she called for a new strategy that empowers businesses and fosters a competitive, dynamic economy. In a bold move, Badenoch refused to commit to reversing the rise in employers' national insurance, a decision made in the previous budget. When asked about it, she acknowledged that if the tax increase fails to generate sufficient revenue, it may need to be reconsidered. However, she did not offer a definitive stance, instead suggesting that the Conservative Party would examine the issue when formulating their policy platform. Throughout her speech, Badenoch reaffirmed her commitment to defending free enterprise and promoting policies that encourage business growth. She argued that the power of business to do good is immense and that supporting the private sector is crucial for the country's future. The Conservative Party, she asserted, must be the party of business, not just large corporations, but small businesses as well. Badenoch concluded, by emphasizing the need to defend lower taxes, reduce borrowing, and ensure healthy competitive markets, she called on the government to step aside when necessary, allowing businesses to innovate and solve problems more effectively. With her strong stance on deregulation and economic growth, Badenoch's speech offered a vision of a more business-friendly, market-driven future for the UK.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.